There's you look at Claude Giroux signed for 6.5 average, and Gino signed for 6.1. I mean, I'd take Gino over a guy like Claude Giroux any day of the year. Quite frankly, I don't even think that's close, in my opinion. But I do think that change is something that the Penguins probably needed. I mean, that's what I thought was going to happen. It doesn't look like you have a lot of room to make that kind of change that you might want to make now. You've kind of locked yourself in.
Are we headed to some bleak times, but do they have another run in them before we get to those bleak times?
Yeah, I think they have a couple. I do think they have a couple more years, but it's a balancing act, and it's one that it means that the players that they just signed have to be healthy. That's the older group, but they do need to fill in some holes on their third and fourth line. And if they're not going to sign a guy like Danton Heinen, who didn't get an offer sheet, is Kapanen going to be able to bring up his game? I don't know. Have we seen enough of him? I think they need some edge and speed and grit on the third and fourth lines. But you can't get a guy like Brandon Tanev because he's his salary is too much. You would hope that you had something in your minor league system, somebody you could bring up that could invigorate your team and score 10 to 12 goals on the third or fourth line. That's the type of player that's going to get this team over the top. We're looking at the top end players. We're looking at the top six and the top two defensemen. We're saying do we have enough? I don't think we have enough on the bottom six and enough consistency, grind, and goal scoring. You need a couple of players there if you're not going to sign a Heinen that I think are in the mold of a Brandon Tanev, that are going to jump around, score a couple of goals, and make things happen and keep this team young. I mean, keep them young and fresh and entertaining and all those kind of things, and give us something different to look at